All right, I'm here with Taylor Haydock. A lot of you recognize her from the tribe and from all of her makeup videos all over Facebook. Excuse my hair and makeup, but I just came
Do you see this hair?
from a brutal workout at the box. So still in recovery mode, but welcome.
Thanks.
And, the first thing I wanted to do was touch upon your initial success. You started this, Ashley turned you on to Own Your Eating, and you had tremendous success, and then all of Louisville heard about it. So, what was your initial success?
Yeah, when we initially heard about it, like it was just something new, like a new challenge. We're always up for a good challenge, my husband and I. So we decided to give it a whirl because it looked like something we could handle. There wasn't anything hokey about it. It just seemed very normal. So we just were, if anything, maybe a little skeptical, like, is this really as good as it sounds? So we just kind of jumped right in and we're so surprised at the ease of it. I mean, the really hard part was just being accountable for the tracking part. We weren't eating anything weird. We weren't eating too much or too little of anything. It was just knowing what, the number. Do you want to say hi? She loves to be on camera. So yeah, how starting out and just kind of getting our bearings was just really surprising how easy it was, or simple, I should say. It's really, I guess, when asked about this, people say, is it really hard? Or, nobody wants to. Sure. Nobody really wants to work hard for these things, it seems like. So it's like, I try to tell them it's not easy all the time, but it is very simple. Like the principles of it are very simple. And so if you can nail down the tracking, that is really all that matters, that you're being accountable for what you're eating. So we just started doing that. And of course, as with anything, when you start something new, you're just like obsessed with it, or that's how I feel. I mean, you just want to know everything about it. You want to, okay, you can't sit in my lap. I'm talking to Jason right now. Okay. Jason's right there. You remember Jason from the gym? He came to visit us. So, we just really jumped in head first, and it was great to have my Justin as an accountability partner. And then, it just kind of trickled out and more people started hearing about it. So just having that community and the tribe, just being super supportive, and you could talk about it with whoever you wanted to in that group, and nobody would be like, God, what have we gotten ourselves into? I'm going to open this back up so I can hear my other one upstairs. Plus it doesn't blow us out with lighting. So anyways, just jumping in, getting started and having that support, held me, let us stay the course. And so I do feel like we were able to be consistent super fast. And not that I like dropped a bunch of weight or anything, but like my body composition just changed so much. And I was so surprised because I was really quite comfortable at the number that I was at. And I did decide to set my goal weight a little bit lower than where I was, just again, because it was a challenge, something new, and I just wanted to see what would happen. So in those first, 50 or 100 days, what I looked like in front of the mirror in a bathing suit, I was just very surprised to see what was happening and a little bit more definition and, not to mention just like the non-scale victories of PRing at the gym a bunch and just getting faster and feeling like I had more energy. And so it was great, from both ends. And plus just experiencing the successes of the community. So I think physically it was transforming really quickly at first, and then also just like emotionally and mentally transforming. I really think, and that's what I like to share with people the most, is what happened on that front, just in being more mindful about what we were doing and, just really paying attention to what we were putting in our bodies and making sure that they were fueled appropriately for the activities that we do all day, every day. So, but yeah, it was really great. And now I'm like 200, I don't even know anymore, 200 something days. So it's just, I've never done something this long really. So I've been very pleasantly surprised. And we're still going strong.
Well, so that's what I want to talk about. People know your story, they've seen it, and we just went through it, and now people know you've really worked hard to get there. But like you've said a few times, it's not easy, but it's simple. And you have your husband supporting you, and you've seen the changes to your body. But 200 something days in, what keeps you motivated?
So honestly, I think that it's the fact that so I hit my initial goal weight like no problem. And we were kind of heading into summer. So I got the bright idea to maybe take it a little bit lower just so I'd have that wiggle room. Like I was just like, if we blow it, we had all these trips lined up. Our last one is coming up actually in 2 weeks from tomorrow. We're going to Punta Cana. And not that I'm feel like I'm dieting or trying to achieve some sort of physique specifically for a trip. I want to feel great, and I feel like looking how you want to look can obviously play into how you feel, and how you feel plays into how you look. So it's always just kind of striving to be your best all the way around. But what keeps me going is that number that I picked. I still haven't hit that goal. So I just think there was a lot of up and downs with traveling. Not that you can't stick to your numbers, but there were so many opportunities to just completely blow it. So we did enjoy our summer, and I just think that I didn't hit consistently enough days in a row during the week. It was a little bit more than that 80-20 principle. So I kind of got put in my place after experiencing all that initial success. I have really had to work for it, and really step up my game as far as, planning things out the night before and making sure I don't give into those temptations, those unplanned temptations. I definitely still enjoy my treats, but just that daily challenge of knowing that this works, and knowing how great that I feel when I'm being consistent with it, and knowing those days where you kind of messed up, or it just didn't go as planned and those things popped up, that just that fresh start the next day. So I really appreciate that whole mentality and that mindset, that tomorrow's another day, and if today didn't go so well, or you didn't feel like you planned everything out the way you wanted it to, you get a brand new fresh start tomorrow. You could totally change things up or do the same thing if you want to. So just that the whole thinking behind it, the whole philosophy, the psychology behind it, I feel like that's just kind of what we live at this point. And it's a good, healthy challenge. So that's what I like doing every day.
So what would you say this point in your flexible eating journey, how often are you dialed in? Plus or minus 5 for every gram, for every max.
I mean, I plan it every day that way. I would say we kind of live our life on these 2-week blocks, because my husband works a bunch one week and then it flip flops. So I feel like when he is off, we tend to do more things that are unplanned and fun. And sometimes we talk each other out of it. Like, no, I didn't have that plan, so I'm not going to do that, but you can, because he likes to wait all day. He has a ton of numbers to eat at the end of the day, whereas I'm running around with other people's small children, and I need that fuel, and I can't get hangry because I'll snap. So he has a little bit more patience for that and can wait longer in the day. So sometimes we don't exactly meet up. But I would say, still like that 80-20, maybe 90-10. I have a little accountability group with some girlfriends. So outside of Justin, what we do in this house, in our day to day, I do have a group of girlfriends from the gym where we kind of check in with each other every day, and we set goals for the week, whether it be drinking. It's not even necessarily about macros. It's like drinking more water because we're all terrible about it. And, making sure that we're within plus or minus 5. And then we do have days, like we'll do the plus or minus 5 for, let's say, all of the days of the week, but let's try to hit triple zeros 4 days in a row or something. Like we'll just put each other up for that. So just little healthy challenges going on. But I would say, yeah, like between 80 and 90%, like when I'm really sticking to it.
That's still pretty solid, 200 days in. And that's really what it's all about. You don't have to be perfect. Someone told me on a phone call earlier today, he said, I guess the truth of this is, what's behind the curtains is you don't really have to be perfect all the time to be successful.
Right.
So
Fair.
200 something days in, you're still doing a really good job. What's next?
So like I said, with all the traveling and just kind of enjoying some unique eating opportunities where you really couldn't track very well. I mean, we definitely try, but there's been like lots of stops at summer food trucks and summer parties, and we track the best we can, and it'll go in there. I really don't like drink very often, which is funny because we would just like, casually have a glass of wine or a beer, and it's just like, no, I'd rather eat my macros. So we're going to go on this trip in a couple of weeks, definitely enjoy ourselves. And then, here we are at the holidays, but that's never really been a very hard time of year. So I think once leading up to this trip, obviously I want to stay dialed in those 3 to 4 days that we're gone. We're just going to still track, but just really enjoy our time away, adults only, no kids, and that's very rare for us, and it's a really big treat of a trip that I earned for us. So we're just going to live it up, and then come home, and I think at that point I'll feel like we kind of get back to our sense of normalcy, and we don't have these big long weekends away or weeks away, where we're constantly on the fly and having to figure these things out. So I think just getting back to that consistency that I had before summer hit. And I'm back to work now with the school year. So just that routine, and just trying to be as dialed in as I can, and staying connected to the community, and for accountability. And I need to take a progress picture soon, I guess. But I might wait and see if I get a tan in Punta Cana. We'll see. It just everything looks better tan.
That's right. Do that progress pic on the beach. Well, it was great having you. I appreciate you filling everyone in on your journey, and I hope that people watching will see that it's sustainable. Almost
Yes.
1 year of tracking. We definitely want to keep touch and make sure we shout out your macro anniversary in 3 months or so, and have an amazing vacation. You've earned it.
Thanks.
Tell Justin I said hi,
I
and
will.
keep us posted.
All righty. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Taylor. Have a great night.
Talk to you soon. You too.
Bye.
Bye.